we're back with another Money Tip Monday, and today we're talking about the biggest mistakes that people make when shopping for their home loan. Now, before I get into all of that, I am going to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to this awesome channel so that you never have to miss a money tip in the future. Now, to preface this, I am a loan officer in the Phoenix area, and real estate differs from state to state. But here are the most common mistakes that people make, and honestly, I think that they're applicable to every single state. And the very first one is they don't take the time to get fully pre-approved. Now, I know we're in the day of Rocket Mortgage and everyone wants to do things online, but the issue with that is that it can make things so complicated when it comes to understanding your mortgage terms, getting fully prepared for the process, and you only end up delaying or deferring the items that your lender is going to need. And let me tell you, when you're under a time frame like a close of escrow and you're feeling the pressure of a deadline, it's not the best time to go searching for your W-2s or your bank statements or your paychecks. I mean, those things are gonna be in boxes. So definitely wanna get yourself prepared ahead of time. Make sure that a reputable mortgage lender in your area has done what's called a full pre-approval, which is basically an underwrite of all of your financials, your situation, and has gone over a couple of mortgage scenarios with you so that you're prepared for payment, down payment, and then you've anticipated scenarios for the future, like how long you're gonna own this house for, if it's gonna be a future investment, etc. Now, the next common mistake is people running their mortgage payments using online mortgage calculators that are not affiliated with their loan officer, the pre-approval bank. It's chaos, guys. Those things are all over the map in terms of amortization schedules, whether or not they include mortgage insurance, if they have estimates for property taxes, if they're anticipating things like the differences in the percentage of mortgage insurance that you'll pay based on your credit score or the property type or, the occupancy type. There's so many variables when it comes to calculating your mortgage payment. And so the best situation is calling your loan officer, going over the payments with them, and or using an app that they provide that's specific to your scenario. I know that we personally use a mortgage app with all of our clients that's specific to the program that we have selected, to their debts, to their assets, their credit, and it actually plugs in the exact figure or percentage that we're using for mortgage insurance, and then they can change figures for property taxes and insurance that they might get quoted elsewhere. Right? So this is where you're gonna find the most accurate payments so that you can budget for your home purchase. Now, the third biggest mistake is that people become hyper-focused on things like their down payment or their monthly payment, and they're literally only considering principal and interest versus principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and then potentially mortgage insurance. Then there's the cost of HOAs and home warranties. Right? So there's a lot of costs when getting a home that you need to get a full estimate for, and you want to do this before you submit offers so that you're fully prepared for what you'll need for closing. An additional thing that is specific to Arizona is also called earnest money. This is money that you'll put up front whenever you're submitting an offer and it gets accepted, but this is the money that you place into escrow, and that just lets the seller know how serious you are about the purchase. And if you were to back out for reasons that were had nothing to do with financing or nothing to do with the property condition, that the seller is able to keep those funds, right? Obviously there's contractual terms that a real estate agent would explain to you, but that's a layman's overview. What's important to know about that is that those funds are due up front, and a lot of home buyers don't know that, and they only anticipate paying at closing. Now, the last thing that I'm going to say in regards to big mistakes that buyers make when shopping for their home loan is it's changing their financial scenario. And that can be applying for new credit, changing jobs, making large cash deposits that we can't document. We want everything to stay as secure and stable from the moment that we pre-approve you to when you close. So those last minute lifestyle choices that you make can make it a lot more stressful and a lot crazier in your home loan process. And the biggest mistake, one, is changing those things. And an even bigger mistake is not communicating those things to your loan officer in a timely manner. let me tell you, it is painful when we're at the closing table and I'm like, did you change your job? Okay, so please keep all of those things super stable, and if God forbid something happens, I know you don't live your life to qualify for a mortgage, let your loan officer, or if it's me, let me know as soon as possible. So these are the common mistakes that home buyers make when shopping for a home loan and getting into the process. Honestly, it adds stress, it adds costs, it'll increase the time, and I firsthand understand that it is a cumbersome process, it's invasive, you'll feel like you have no secrets, but it's all part of the process of vetting you as a good financial risk for a bank that's loaning you a couple $100,000 in a house that they're not gonna live in. So honestly, it's very reasonable. If you have additional questions on the things to do and not to do, I have a very entertaining and informative PDF that I'd love to send you. We'll link the details for how to get that below, and don't be afraid to reach out. We're happy to help. Until next time, guys, I'll see you for another Money Tip Monday.